Hi, everybody. It is now September 20. It is Friday, and it is the day. All over the world, people are going to be walking off their job, walking out of school, walking out of colleges due to climate change. Yes. Trying to get their governments to implement all of those rules and regulations and legislation that will control every aspect of their life. It's cold. I am cold. Now, it is, well, right now it's, 64 degrees, and it's supposed to go down to 55 tonight. Uh, well, the temperatures in South Carolina have been very high, and then they dip low, and then they're going to go back up. 90 on Monday, 92 Wednesday, 94, 94, 91, 91, 90, 90, 90, 88. Very unusual for this time of year. Wonder if that has anything to do with global warming. Probably not. Maybe it has a lot to do with man controlling weather and temperatures. So, here in a Houston school,
Nobody's going to believe this. Nobody is going to believe this. We are flooding.
I thought that was inside the school. That's outside the school.
Afternoon, and as you can see, this is I-45 traffic that is now southbound. We're looking up toward the north, and as you can see, it is an absolute standstill nightmare. There are trucks, vehicles all flooded in here, vehicles that obviously are not going to go anywhere anytime soon. Look at the people that are standing on the bridge down here over I-45 at North Main Street. This is an absolute nightmare, and this is the scene all over town from what I have seen on.
Audio was cut off. I guess so. Houston Freeway.
Holy shit. Holy shit. This is at Yale at 15th, and it is up in the store.
Houston. 2 confirmed deaths in Texas. Hundreds rescued. Oh my God.
Officials have confirmed the first death in the devastating floods brought by Tropical Depression Imelda. Jefferson County authorities said that 20-year-old Hunter Morrison died while he and his father tried to save a horse on their property in Beaumont, Texas. And it's not always drowning in these situations, guys. Unfortunately, he was electrocuted by a downed power line that fell into floodwaters nearby. Just a terribly tragic story there. We still have abandoned cars that are all over the place in the streets of southeast Texas. This turned very quickly into a catastrophic and life-threatening situation. You know, a lot of Thursday was basically just water rescues going on all over the place, places like Beaumont and Houston. More than 1,000 people have called for rescue, and that obviously has overwhelmed the 911 system. Texas Parks and Wildlife brought in airboats and dump trucks to rescue people from floodwaters. And this is some incredible video. Look at this. Kylie Fannenstel from Beaumont shot this video from her second-floor apartment. She told us that her downstairs neighbors had to leave in the middle of the night. Now, one of the hardest hit areas is Winnie, Texas. That's about 25 miles southwest of Beaumont, a little bit east of Houston. Local media reported about 20% of homes there have water in them. And don't be surprised if that number goes up. There was a hospital in Winnie that was forced to evacuate its patients by bus. That was early on Thursday morning. A Coast Guard helicopter was seen landing on flooded I-10, which, by the way, was closed in both directions for quite a while. And now the Texas Governor Greg Abbott obviously has declared a state of emergency, and it is for 13 counties.
I was supposed to go to work this morning, and I can't go to work. It's pretty crazy.
A lot of the neighbors have pulled their cars up on the grass.
I will link below to everything. Well, it's been pretty bad, once again, in Texas. Once again. Look at this. They're saying 5 feet of water in some areas, 4 feet, 3 feet. Well, when man is controlling weather, man can do an awful lot of destruction. So, Texas and southwestern Louisiana, 40 inches of rain falling in several communities, hundreds of water rescues. Worst of the flooding, Beaumont and Winnie, 2 fatalities, one trying to save a horse, another in a vehicle submerged while attempting to drive through a flooded road. Authorities have urged residents to shelter in place and seek higher ground if possible. However, despite the warnings, there have been over 300 high water rescues, many of which taking place after people attempted to drive through flooded waters. Floodwaters. In an awful lot of areas, it's clearly very deceptive because, you know, the flood does not look that deep, and then suddenly you realize how deep it is. Oh, how about all those people driving through what were not floodwaters, but suddenly there was a rush of water. State of disaster for 13 counties. Abbott declared a state of emergency. Highest rainfall reported through 7 p.m. local time Thursday, 43.35 inches. 43 at Taylor's Bayou in Port Arthur, Texas. Texas Greens Bayou, northeast of Houston, recorded 9.68 inches in 3 hours during the middle of the day today. And meteorologists are projecting 55 inches. Houston initially avoided the heaviest rain. However, bands of rain began shifting southward over the city as of late Thursday morning, and bayous were rising rapidly. Well, here are some pictures. Harris County. Harris County. New Waverly, Texas. Beaumont. New Waverly. Spring Fire Department, Southeast Texas. Harris County. Is this Houston? Flooding around Houston. The Houston TransStar cameras. Not sure if you can see, the pictures are small, but you can click on the link below and check them out yourself. Houston a roof, the post office facility mail distribution area in Houston collapsed, their roof, amid rains. Beaumont. Aldine, Beaumont. Houston Fire Department came to the aid of a FedEx truck. Beaumont, Texas. Chambers County. Winnie, Texas. And Galveston. Galveston apparently is underwater. All right. Well, threats of flooding will spread northward toward the Ark-La-Tex region on Friday. Power outages, travel shutdowns. Houston's George Bush Intercontinental Airport shut down on Thursday for arriving flights. 70,000 were without power. Interstate 10 was shut down in both directions near Fannett, while access to I-10 was also limited near Beaumont. Vidor, Texas, catastrophic, and the flooding in town was worse than Harvey. Winnie, water coming into homes and businesses. Riceland Hospital had to be evacuated. Flood shelters open. Okay, Imelda will dissipate on Friday, but the threat of ongoing flooding will persist across eastern Texas throughout the weekend as rivers and streams continue to rise. Live storms media. Galveston, Texas, almost entire city is underwater. That's a cemetery. And Liberty, Texas. None of these videos can I play because I'll get a copyright strike. Liberty, Texas. Look at this water. God. They did it again to you guys. They did it again. Another live storm media. Go to their channel because they actually have a whole lot of videos of rescues. I am so sorry, you guys. I am just so sorry down there. You know, I've been looking for information about Louisiana and I'm not able to find any. Winnie, Texas. These are all live storm media. Look at how many people. God. He's driving in a car in Winnie along I-10. Look, it's the tree that made me realize that, yeah, all right, but it almost, I was wondering if he was just driving on the road and there was a barrier that you didn't see in the camera. But no.
With this rainfall rate, I can tell you what the amount of rain that we're seeing, the channels are going to have issues. Greens Bayou, Halls Bayou, Garner's Bayou, and just since we've been up here now, Little White Oak Bayou at Tidwell, structure flooding, it is going over its bank. Structure flooding is likely on the north side of the 610 North Loop. That's a historically low area there that has problems. As this moves southward, it is moving. That's the better news now. This morning in the Kingwood-Huffman area, it was really not moving at all. But it is moving now to the south, and it's not.
It's moving to the south? Moving to the south? Okay. Well, it came in from the south. I guess now it's moving back to the south? Oh, wow. Well, okay, this looks like it's moving west. This looks like it's moving east. I guess some of it did move south. We don't have people questioning this. Northwest Texas. Nice frequencies hitting this one. Nice shot of microwaves. So it looks like whatever storms are coming close to these extremely low frequencies are, well, destroyed in Louisiana. Yeah. Real natural. And look, as this gets close to this extremely low frequency, it's also being destroyed. Maybe Oklahoma is saying, to hell with you, Texas Weather Modification Association. We do not want any more rain. It's going west, going east, going south, and lining up nicely. And whoops, you hit the extremely low frequencies. All right. Look at this truck, and this is in Houston.
What is this guy doing?
I hope nobody was in that truck. Well, yeah.
About 25 miles southwest of Beaumont is the town of Winnie, and it was slammed by Hurricane Harvey 2 years ago. Folks there tell Maria Villarreal Imelda is even more destructive.
80% of Winnie, Texas is under 43 inches of water and counting. More than 300 people stranded in cars and homes had to be rescued by boats and military trucks. We rode along on a rescue mission with Chambers County Sheriff Brian Hawthorne.
There are a lot of people that are comparing this to Harvey.
Right. Oh no, this is worse than Harvey. We have homes and businesses in the hospital that never even got water in Harvey. It got flooded on this storm.
This part of Winnie is actually known as Teacherville because a lot of the teachers that work in this area live here. A lot of these homes were flooded out during Hurricane Harvey. Some of them just got back into their homes.
People like Jean LeBlanc and his 12-year-old son Adam lost almost everything 2 years ago.
You would think it would never happen again. They say it'll never happen again, but here we are.
What makes you so nervous here? I'm losing everything in my house and we're starting everything again.
The rain has slowed down and the water is starting to recede, but officials tell me it could take 2 to 3 days before all of this is out of here and out of people's homes. And even then, it could take several months before all of this mess, like this car, is cleaned up and out of here. Nora?
Much for joining us. 6 million people are in the path of a deadly and catastrophic storm tonight. 13 counties in southeast Texas are officially disaster zones. The storm that exploded ashore more than 48 hours ago has dumped more than 40 inches of rain in some areas, and up to a foot more could fall tonight. These Texas are officially disaster zones.
I want you to see something. Do you see how straight-lined is Imelda right at the edge?
Storm that exploded ashore.
Okay.
More than 48 hours ago has dumped more than 40 inches of rain in some areas, and up to a foot more could fall tonight. Imelda has also unleashed tornadoes and 500,000 lightning strikes. Imagine
500,000 lightning strikes? I guess that means there was an awful lot of electromagnetic energy going on in this area. Yeah. Okay, well,
overnight. The fact that there's cars stranded and people are getting high water rescue, that's never happened in our time we were there, even after.
Our team was trapped too.
The water shows no sign of receding because the rain is still falling. In fact, the floodwaters here are rising.
The storm closed Interstate 10. Drivers stranded on the highway for more than 9 hours. This Coast Guard chopper flying in to rescue someone with a heart issue.
Let's go, guys! We gotta go!
The life-threatening flooding overwhelming first responders.
oh, look, there's a child back there.
In the Beaumont area, they lost count after 700 calls for help.
I've never seen this amount of flooding in this amount of time.
Dr. George Davis was evacuated by boat so he could work emergencies at St. Elizabeth's Hospital. Houston was also hit hard. People wading through floodwaters, cars submerged, the airport shut down, and homes surrounded. 2 years after Hurricane Harvey drowned Southeast Texas, some say Imelda is even worse.
We never flooded before, and we've had a lot worse rain than this, and it's never been this bad.
Even though the governor has declared a state of emergency tonight, the help here is coming from mostly unofficial sources right now. People with boats and big cars, neighbors and strangers helping each other.
It's really Eric Estrada, Houston, Texas. I don't know what to say anymore. I really don't. Houston, Texas. I still think that they're clogging the drains. They're shutting off the drain system, closing it down, and releasing waters from the streets. I mean, through the sewer system. A rescue? It really is just unbelievable. Houston.
This is the worst possible news that we got here just a few minutes ago, and it's our first confirmed death from this storm that comes out of East Texas from Jefferson County.
Our biggest concern is if you know your area is going to flood, or it's already flooded, and you're afraid you're not going to be able to get home, stay where you're at. Our biggest concern is to keep vehicles off the roadways.
The Katy Freeway into downtown is completely closed at the loop, and all traffic, except for those two 18-wheelers there that just turned that lane into an ocean, flooding out, drowning those cars that were already stuck there.
We are stuck under the Beltway flyover at 59 North. We've got fire trucks and rescue crews working scenes above us. We have people going the wrong way in both directions on Highway 59.
The east and west forks of the San Jacinto River. Major flooding is expected on both of those rivers starting this evening.
We will be watching out for you. We're ready to respond and to help out.
We'll all get through it. As we've gotten through it before, we'll get through this situation again. I know that there's a lot of anxiety and nervousness.
We'll get you your mom, okay? Don't be afraid. We'll get your mom.
We're outside the City of Houston's Emergency Operations Center on North Shepherd, here west Tidwell. Right now, the best parking spot in the whole place is right up on the sidewalk. I actually talked to a few employees here who went out to try to save their car, opened the door, and found that water had already gotten inside.
Parts of the Katy Freeway, inside the loop are now shut down. They're diverting traffic.
We see this 18-wheeler intentionally drive into the high water along 59 North Feeder Road here at the Beltway. Thank God for Nathan. He had a hammer in his vehicle. The 18-wheeler, the driver is now talking with the sheriff's deputy. I mean, these are the situations that people are dealing with.
I'm Jason Miles in the North Kingwood Forest subdivision in the Kingwood area, an area hit hard by Imelda, as you can see. In fact, parts of this neighborhood barely touched by Hurricane Harvey, I'm told.
I had to go back to get them because I didn't want them down, so I was like, I'm going back, and I met my dad halfway because we were on higher ground.
There's water all the way in the house.
We take it one day at a time, one day at a time. Mother Nature has a mind of her own.
Mother Nature has a mind of her own.
And I had 2 feet of water in my house. I didn't want to leave, but I had to. I had no choice. I'm on oxygen. I got my little carrier right here, but I got tanks at my house. And Legacy supposed to come to my house Saturday to check my house out. He gonna see some water, and I hope nothing else to see, but he gonna find it.
Rain came up the step by 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock was at the second step, 3 o'clock was about to come in the house, so that's what made me evacuate after the truck came through. Then we had to walk about 200 yards to the truck. They couldn't get back all the way in there.
I came up here at 1 o'clock last night. I opened the doors. I told the sheriff's department the building's open. And they've been steadily bringing people in as they get them out of their homes. Some of these people had to wait through 4 foot of water just to get out.
Boy.
Little girls are literally floating on the low sea. Poor James, you're going to be hypothermia. You need to get you out of there. You need to get off the cigarettes. Girls are sitting in the water. Some are hired to put them up. We're going to be throwing stuff out and putting them on counters there pretty soon. Floating them on the refrigerator.
My God.
We are getting reports.
could see the family on their kayak making their way into the North Kingwood Forest area. Again, the area where Houston police have been going in and out along with firefighters to get people from their homes.
This continues to be a life-threatening situation.
So I tried to make a U-turn and I just slipped in the ditch.
You've gone through flooding before, right?
Yeah, but not like this. This never happened to me. And it kind of shook me up.
The most dangerous place right now for anybody to be is in a vehicle on any of the roads.
As you can see, Westheimer has become a river.
So now we're keeping a close eye on creeks and bayous in this area because as you see right now, Turkey Creek, the water has risen dramatically.
Allow Mother Nature to do what it does.
I can't listen to that anymore.
Those assets have been deployed all over the city.
Splendora. Well, if we can't get through to people, there's no way, no possible way of stopping this. It'll just continue.
Former tropical depression Imelda is bringing serious rain and flooding to southeastern Texas, trapping some people in their homes and vehicles, as authorities say they've received hundreds of calls for rescues. Camilla Bernal is in Raywood, Texas with the very latest.
Some are making their way to higher ground as southeastern Texas experiences extremely dangerous flooding.
We went to the driveway, if you can't see the road, it's time to go.
It was just rising and rising, and it went like this for hours.
Others hunkering down and riding out the storm.
We have furniture on canned goods, on pots, on everything that we get our hands on. It's going to be okay. It's just a house.
Parts of the area receiving nearly 3 feet of rain since Imelda made landfall on Tuesday, covering roads and trapping people in vehicles and homes. In Ryder, Texas, Michael Stevens says no one can evacuate his apartment complex because the water is too deep.
It's pretty, I'd say, catastrophic. You have cars that are in the apartment complex that are beginning to flow. We'll cut off everybody. All the highways and road cuts are shut down.
In Beaumont, Texas, officials say they've received hundreds of calls for rescues. The National Weather Service and Houston officials telling residents, unless you already have flooding in your house, stay indoors.
I am going to encourage everyone, wherever you are.
Not gonna make it. Why, people? Why?
That's the worst thing to do.
Yeah. And then suck it all in.
Oh my gosh! I've never seen anything like this. He's the dumbest person in the world. I'm buying a Jeep now.
A lot of people have German Shepherds. Not good, guys. It's just not good. I don't know what to say. I want to hear from you guys in Texas, Louisiana. What's going on with you guys? How come I can not find any information? About flooding that occurred in Louisiana. Did you just not get any flooding?
The water is hitting my little sensor. And it lets you know when you get too.
All right, guys. I hope everybody stays safe. What are so many people going to do? What are so many people going to do?